Hello and welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Times quick cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Saturday the 10th of May 2025, and it's been set by Lupa. So this is a name I kind of wasn't too familiar with. I had to look back at my records because I haven't had a puzzle from them all this year, and they only did 5 last year. And those 5, well, the first thing I spotted was I had a 38 and a 44 minuter, but I had a couple in 23 minutes and one in 18 minutes. So doesn't suggest they're going to be quick, and having not seen them for over 6 months, almost 6 months, they're probably not going to be. I'm not going to be too familiar with their style, but I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Small change to sponsor senior primate. Senior primate. Is that to do with the Pope? Something to do with Catholic? I think primates are something to do with the church. Senior Pope. Small change to sponsor pontiff. Small s. Sponsor is 7, yeah. Sponsor, no, it's just 10 letters, isn't it? Senior primate, I don't know. Comfort, individual, following swindle. So, individual would be 1, I think, or loan. Swindle would be condone, console. Console, okay, not condone, yep. Introduction to reading or reading, not in English course. Introduction to reading, not in English course. Secretaries, initially type, material, past. PAs, teeth type, material, past. I can't be a material, can it? So is it secretaries initially, type would be a kind or a sort. Silk, silk and ilk, yeah, ilk is a type. Toughest ordeal after unfinished beer. Toughest ordeal is... Well, ordeal feels like it ought to be... Toughest would be EST, probably. Ordeal would be a... Unfinished beer would be ale, lager, pilsner, pill. Toughest. Okay, American with that. Female is an usher. Okay. Concluded is ended. Leaderless, relieved, ended. Relieved would be fended. Let's just put it in ended and see if that works. Rip off, rascal. Rip off, rascal, imp, cad, rip off. Okay, strong company is firm. Medical officer returning healthy figure. Also mellow, but medical officer MO. Healthy is well is. Or am I looking for a number? Healthy figure. What was it? And then healthy. Can't think of healthy. Okay. Fit, motif. Motif is a figure, I suppose. Makes sense. Purpose. Men gain in play. Purpose is men gaining, which is, what's that? AMEN. Meaning. That's the anagram I'm looking for. Meaning. Okay. Cleric upset with tone online. Is that anagram of cleric and tone, which online would be something net. Net with an O. Electronic. Whoa, that's good. Let's have a look at that. Must be magic, mustn't it? Mysterious is magic. Magi with a C. Yep. That's a shun probably. Reasonable cost of travel announced. Fair and fair. Yep. So your fair will be. Yep. Pave grass over with waterproof coat. Pave grass over. So with waterproof coat is a Mac. Tar is rat. Grass. Okay, you rat on someone. Yep. What's this over here? Period of activity when I'm awake is up. Period of activity when I'm awake, up. There's a me, isn't there? I'm awake when I'm uptime. What was that? Time. Okay, let's look at the downs. Destroys bags is sacks. Ransacks would be your destroys word. Singletons in one suit, lacking support of others. Singletons would be loners or ones. One singletons in support of others. Rest. Not seeing what that is at the moment. Love God in bedrooms on a regular basis. Eros is alternate letters, fair enough. Sheepish noises turned tables. Table bleats. Okay, that's a nice anagram. Bleats, like that one. Celebrated scoundrel about to stir. Celebrated. Notable. Scoundrel is a cad about to stir. Not sure about that. Inept suitors. Misrepresented belief. That looks like it's not going to make that ended, doesn't it? Because that's an issue, I would think. Belief is superstition, isn't it? So let's see. But inept suitors looks about right for superstition. I'm going to go with it. Cuddled favourite bear. Petted? Petted. Nice. Oh, what's this? Concluded. Leaderless. Relieved is... Ooh, I don't know. Don't know what it is. Okay, well, it's gone. Oh, I've got another down to go to yet. Probably. What's this? Oh gosh, something full. Shocking. Fraud led. Okay, so I'm going fraud led, which is dreadful. Shocking is dreadful. To change is your anagram indicator. Nice. I still don't know that one. That's all the click downs then, isn't it? So let's go back on the crosses. Small change to sponsor senior primate. Primate. My list of primates is about low, a bit low at this moment. This one, gosh, celebrated scoundrel about to stir. I've got nothing to help me though. Introduction to reading, not in English course. Course is a route. So is that out? Not in is out. Yeah, okay, route. Route, so to speak. Route. Celebrated scoundrel. Could be an anagram scoundrel. No. Yeah, it could be. No, can't. About to stir. This one. Toughest ordeal. After unfinished beer. Ordeal is a test, actually. Unfinished beer is a... unfinished beer. It's not a pint. So a little bit of a problem area over this half of the... Oh, I've got a linking word here, haven't I? So maybe that can get me across. Singletons in one suit. Hearts. Lonely hearts, I suppose that is. That makes sense. Lonely hearts are singletons. What's this? Small change. Small change to sponsor. Sell. Senior to sponsor senior primate. No feel for that one. Gosh, rip-off rascal. Rip-off. Tearaway. Tearaway? Yeah, tearaway is a rascal and a thing. I think this is uptime. Period of activity is your uptime. When I'm awake? Yeah, it's when I'm up, isn't it? Okay, it's just a bit of a cryptic-y one. Fair enough. I mean, they're all cryptic, but in that way. So, concluded is... Concluded. Well, that's going to be needed, isn't it? Fused, relieved. So I'm down to the last four, aren't I? Gosh. Celebrated. Scoundrel. About. To stir. Small change to sponsor. Well, there's not an anagram. There's no B in that clue that I can see. So, and I'm fairly comfortable with bleats being the sheepish noises. Splendiferous. Stella. Not really. Still. Small to senior primate. SI. Soul. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. So small is S. Change. It's a silverback, isn't it? I have heard of the silverback before. I don't quite know why that small change is silver. Okay, small change is silver. Celebrated to scoundrel, about to stir. Celebrated is scoundrel, about to stir. Toughest ordeal is a test. So ordeal's a test after unfinished beer. My list of beers has gone. Porter, ale, pills. Stats. Toughest. Strongest. Can't be said XC. T. There's nothing on the bottom row of the keyboard to help me there. M, L, K, H, G. So it really can only be a vowel or an ST, can't it, I think? AT, et, WT, ET, et, ut, ot. Could be a PT in a rare case, but so beer is bitter. Toughest, staunchest. Eek. Boom, just blocked, breeze blocked. Concluded is, let's think about this. Relieved. Concluded leaderless, relieved. I mean, it could be, I suppose it could be either, couldn't it, really? What is losing its leader? Concluded. I keep thinking fused, but I don't think that's worked. Based. Oh. I mean, again, there's not many things that fit there. If that's an A, then E, then it's an A'd, based, concluded, phased, relieved, eased, ceased. Yeah, ceased and eased. Okay. Celebrated, scoundrel about to stir. What is this? C, something R, something E, something. About to stir is awoken, car, core. Scoundrel is definitely too many letters. About to stir though. Scoundrel's cad is a. It's a scoundrel backwards, which makes it. Celebrated is car. Okay, so that would suggest it's an ED word probably. It's celebrated, which is carnated, coronated, No, doesn't fit anyway. It'd be useful if we could get that one. Assuming that is a test. I'm sure a test is an ordeal. Ugh. I have to ST ET UT utterist. So that's not that. Can't be a. I mean, if that's an S, okay, let's go through the S possibilities. So it is just going to be an alphabet drawing. Sternest. What is sternest? Toughest would be sternest. What would that be? Ordeal after. Stoutest. Stoutest. Okay, they are. Carputed. What have I got here? Core. Scoundrel. Maybe it's an anagram. Or is it a hidden word? Hidden word backwards? Caroused. What is that? Caroused. Celebrated is caroused. Why is that? Let's just work it out. Roused. CA. Scoundrel. About. AC. I'm putting it. There you go. 1403. Okay. Oh, about. Circa. Of course. Duh. Right. Okay. 1403. That's good. Whew, fastest Lupa in at least a year, if they've done for. Right, what have we got? We've got small changes silver. So yeah, in the old days when we had pennies in our pockets and things, well they're not, they're coppers, but copper and silver is small change. To sponsor is to back someone. A silverback is the senior primate in a group of, I'm going to say gorillas. To comfort is to console. An individual is soul, following a swindle, which is a con. Um, Introduction to reading is R. Not in is out, and E for English gives you route, which is a course. Secretaries initially is the S. A type is an ilk, and material is a silk. Toughest ordeal. This is quite an interesting one because the unfinished beer is stout, but without the T, and then we're putting ordeal after it, which is the test. But we have stout in the actual clue as such. So anyway, that gives you toughest, which is stoutest. The American is US. With that, female is her, which gives you a guide, which is an usher. Now, obviously, an usher doesn't have to be female. It's just that we're using female as that female, her. Concluded is ceased. Leaderless says take the C off of ceased, gives you eased, which is relieved. To rip off is to tear away. A rascal is a tear away. Double definition. Another double definition here, so something that's strong is firm, and a company could be a firm. Medical officer is an MO. Returning health, so healthy, sorry, is fit. Going backwards gives you a motif, which is a figure. Purpose is meaning, which is an anagram of men gain. In play is your anagram indicator. Cleric and the words cleric and tone are anagrams of electronic, which means up online, and upset is your anagram indicator. On the downs, we've got another double definition here. So sacks in this sense, think of ransacks, means to destroy, destroys because it's in the plural, and bags are sacks. Singletons in one suit. I didn't really look at this. In one suit, lacking support of others. Okay, so I think it's just singletons are lonely hearts. One is lonely, and a suit is a heart, lacking support of others. Just have a look, see if there's something more complicated on there. Hearts of the suit, lacking support of others. Or is it an anagram of others? Gosh. One is only. I'm just going to pause and double check this. Right, I think, okay, so one suit is hearts, and that is lacking. If you're lacking the support of others, then you are lonely, and one suit is hearts, I think. One suit of a pack of cards is hearts. So I think that's how that breaks down, and singletons are lonely hearts. Eros is the love god, which is the 2nd, 4th, 6th and 8th letters of bedrooms, and on a regular basis is saying take those letters. Sheepish noises are bleats. Sheepish noises are bleats, which is an anagram of tables, turned is your anagram indicator. Celebrated, if you celebrated down the pub, then you caroused. Scoundrel, celebrated scoundrel, about to stir. I don't quite understand what's going on with that scoundrel in there. About is CA, and about to stir is to roused. Oh no, hang on, sorry. A scoundrel, okay, so a scoundrel is a cad, C-A-D, I did say that a few times, and going around to stir is to rouse, so cad around rouse. There you are, and celebrated is caroused. Or caroused, I'm not sure. Inept suitors, I think, is an anagram of superstition. Misrepresented is your anagram indicator, and superstition is a belief. Cuddled is petted. Favourite is your pet favourite, and bear is a Ted, as in teddy bear. Shocking is dreadful. Had a few clues that way this week, but I don't think there are any in this puzzle. Dreadful is an anagram of fraud, lead, and to change is your anagram indicator. We've got a period of activity is uptime, and when I'm awake is when I'm up. So that's the uptime. So it's a cryptic clue, cryptic def rather. To pave is to tarmac. Grass over. So if you grass someone up, you rat out on them. So rat going upwards, and a waterproof coat is a mac. Mysterious is magic, wise men are magi, C for court, and reasonable cost of travel. So reasonable is fare, spelled that way. Cost of travel is F-A-R-E. Your fare that way. Announced is your sound alike indicator. So there we go, all done, 1403. Good little puzzle from Lupa there. Thanks for watching.